Wow. Wow. Wow, dude. All right. Last season, when we lost the Browns game, I complained that we never really get like cool victories with like, like like where we get like lucky wins, Like we always get like we're always on the wrong side of those. Well, something's changing because, geez, I don't even know what to say about that game. The Bears won. I don't know how. They beat the Tennessee Titans 24-17. And do you guys remember 2006? Do you guys remember specifically the Monday Night Football game? The Bears against the Cardinals in Phoenix, where Rex Grossman had a passer rating of 0.0. The offense didn't put a single point on the board. And they ended up winning because of field goals, 2 defensive touchdowns, and a Devin Hester kick return touchdown in his rookie year. And they won that game. I think they were down like 20-0 or something like that. That was this. That was that. Like, we just watched that again. So the Titans got off to a 17-0 lead, and it was not looking good. That first half was rough, and I was getting flashbacks to last year when I was at the Packers game, and they were down. I mean, they weren't down at half by much. I think it was like 10-6 or something like that, or 9-6. But it was not a good game. I know that. I just like the second half was really bad, and they ended up getting blown out, and nothing looked good. No aspect of that team looked good. I was getting flashbacks to that. The defense was letting Tony Pollard run all over them. And the offense, not just the first half, the whole game, couldn't do anything. I made this 40-minute video about how much I wanted to draft Caleb Williams because, he would change the way that we've had quarterbacks before. That was the most Chicago Bears win of any quarterback has ever had. I haven't seen a team win a game like that in a Bears uniform since 2020 when we had those comebacks against like the Lions and the Falcons, like just weird wins. This was one of those. So the Titans get up, they're 17-0, can't be stopped. Will Levis is just like, man, like he's looking good. I'll say that. Tough guy. But the run game especially, that interior D-line was not looking great. But the bigger story was the offense could not do anything. They never turned the ball over on offense, I don't think, but good God, it was like pulling teeth trying to watch them do anything. Like they made everything look really difficult. Caleb Williams, I still have no idea because he the pressure was just in his face like the whole time. Interior offensive line has been an issue for a long time. And we were saying that going into the offseason that, hey, we need new guards, we need a new center, we really need a new center. And Ryan Poles is just like, okay, here's this like random guy named Coleman Shelton I found that was on the Rams. He's just okay. Deal with it, I guess. And now that's what we just had to watch was Coleman Shelton get lit up the whole game by a pretty stout D-line for the Tennessee Titans, which I thought they would try to get around, but they didn't. They just let him he was looking all right to start the game, Caleb was. He took that really, really bad sack. I think it was a 19-yard sack, took him out of field goal range. Like, got to throw it away, but like, he's a rookie. It's his first ever start. But even I thought he would show a little bit more than he did. It's pretty clear that he's got a lot of room to grow. But we didn't draft him because he's NFL ready. We drafted him because he's got everything you need out of a quarterback and has shown he can run a pro-style system. but that doesn't mean he's going to go out there and just do it instantly. I mean, CJ Stroud didn't even do it last year. People forget CJ Stroud had some bad games last year in the early parts of the year. He lost to the Panthers. Like, not great. But the real story, I think, was the Bears defense and how they kind of turned it around in the second half. So we go to halftime. It's 17-0, 17-3 maybe, because they got first of all, Titans, they were doing all right. They scored a touchdown, punt the ball back to us. Velus Jones, I don't know how many chances this guy needs to prove that how is he so inevitable? It reminds me of Sam Mustipher, the way he's just always finding himself on the roster, because good God, the amount of mistakes that guy makes. First of all, I thought he was a running back now. Why is he on kick returner? Why is he the kick returner? We know he sucks at kick return because in 2022, he muffed 1 billion punts, and then he did it in 2023 preseason, so we picked up Trent Taylor, and we never made him do it again. For some reason, he's back out there today, boop, right through the hands. Not only does it go through his hands, which normally isn't a problem. If you are on kick return and you drop the ball, especially with the new kick return rules where everyone's so far away, you can just pick it up and go. But now he drops it and then kicks it like 25 yards in front of him directly to the Titans gunners. And they just pick it up, and now it's like 1st and 10 for them on the 20-yard line. I'm like, dude, why is he still out there? Especially since DeAndre Carter looked really good. I really like that. He did great today. He had a 60-yard return. His other returns were at least like 25, 30 yards. Stud. I don't know where he came from. I saw 11. I was like, is that Darnell Mooney? It wasn't Darnell Mooney. So then second half comes around, and they are still not doing anything on offense. Caleb is getting pressure. The run game's doing nothing. The receivers are dropping. Keenan Allen had a touchdown right in his hands. It just went right through him. Oy. DeAndre Swift looked pretty good, but not a very inspiring game for anybody, really. Especially Shane Waldron, who right now doesn't look that much different than Luke Getsy. So we get to the point where they're punting to us because the defense kind of tightens up. And I think it was Daniel Hardy blocks the punt, and Simone Biles' husband, Jonathan Owens, picks it up and runs that thing into the end zone. Suddenly it's 17-10. And then we get some field goals. And it was 16-17 because they had a fumble that was pretty bad. Will Levis fumbled. That's right. And who forced that fumble was Darrell Taylor. Great pickup by Ryan Poles. He was amazing this game. That dude, and you notice him because he wears 52, and that was Mac's old number. So you see that, and I'm like, what is he doing out there? He played very well. He was getting to the QB a lot. Montez Sweat didn't do anything, but I think the reason is because he was being double teamed, triple teamed. Darrell Taylor, they just let him just like. I'm losing my mind. Darrell Taylor forces the ball out. It's recovered by the Bears. They ended up not doing anything with that drive, but they kicked the field goal. And then Will Levis gets the ball, and he's trying to throw it away because he's about to get sacked. He throws it right to Tyreek Stevenson, who just guns it for a pick six. And Will Levis, you can see it on the video, he falls to his knees going, like, it's so funny, bro. I'm sorry. I like Will Levis, but oh my gosh, that play was really, really bad. So Tyreek Stevenson is the hero for the Bears. He gives them the lead. They ended up converting the 2-point conversion. The offense did something. DeAndre Swift, 2-point conversion. And then the Bears, Jalen Johnson gets the interception. And they win the game. Like, the offense got bailed out, like, big time. This is the kind of game the Bears usually lose in embarrassing fashion. This was a very very classic Bears game. The most quintessential Bears game I think I've ever seen. I'm still trying to gather my thoughts because that game was just so, I couldn't believe we won that game. I couldn't believe it. The offense did nothing. I think they generated 6 points, 9 points. Like, not enough to win the game. And they got, like, Caleb Williams. And this is what I meant. This is what we were saying when we were praising Ryan Poles for building up such a strong team. Because while the rookie goes through the rookie struggles, they still have the team around them that can kind of carry them. And that's exactly what happened today. I didn't think it would be nearly to this degree, but I mean, we take those. We take those. I'm so sorry, Titans fans. I'm so sorry. This is the kind of game that usually happens to the Bears. Like, we blow leads like this in, like, weird fashions, especially last year. Not so much this year. Something changed. So, yeah, next week we got to face the Texans. We are not going to win that game. Good Lord. My season outlook has changed significantly after today. I really don't think we're going to win that many games if our offense can't really do anything. I mean, the defense is nice. Like, really nice. Like potentially the best unit we've had since 2018. I really hope Caleb Williams gets going soon because, yeah, we're gonna get embarrassed by the Texans if we can't go in playing like that again. Like, and this is a Titans team that's not a world beater by any means. I like their defense, but I don't like their defense that much. And our defense isn't gonna be able to. They're not gonna be able to bail us out like they did against the Titans because the Texans have a seriously great offense and a great quarterback who's proven. So, Caleb, I'm just hoping that was just a week one jitters thing because, Jesus. I think he had like 80 yards in the whole game, took a couple sacks, but it never felt like he was making mistakes. It just felt like there was just nothing there. Like, it's not like there was like, it's not like he was throwing interceptions. It's not like he was fumbling it. He didn't get sacked a ton. He took the one really bad sack, but I think he got, not that much else. But it really didn't look like there was anything to do. Like, Caleb is good at finding the open man. And, like, I'm looking at these replays. Everyone's covered. I mean, he's still throwing it. Like, he's still trying. He threw a lot of incompletions. It's just nobody could get any separation. DJ Moore was pretty much locked up by L'Jarius Sneed today. Keenan Allen got hurt towards the end, but he had a couple nice receptions. Oh, my gosh. How could I forget about Rome Odunze's first NFL reception in a play that summarizes this game perfectly. Caleb Williams goes back to pass. He sends a bullet, goes right off DJ Moore's dome, pops up in the air. Rome Odunze, who's nearby, reaches up and catches it, brings it down, fumbles it, and Tevin Jenkins lands on it. And they got a first down because of that. Like when that happened, I was just like, dude, I don't think we're going to lose this game now because, like, we got all this going on. I can't even... If this game happened to the Bears in reverse, I might actually, like, just quit. Like, I can't even imagine being a Titans fan, and this is how your team does week one, bro. Jeez. Yeah, Rome Odunze didn't do much. DeAndre Swift got a lot of work. He's going to be a core piece of this offense. Cole Kmet didn't do anything. Gerald Everett didn't do anything. So, yeah, Bears. Jeez. Kind of a mess, but a funny mess. Like, it wasn't like a depressing mess like some of the games last year were this time of year. At least I know we have ourselves together somewhat. I mean, that's about all I can say. Praying that the offense shows up next week or one of these weeks because I just can't have it like the last few years under Eberflus. It's been the first 6 weeks of the year. There's just no offense to speak of, and then finally they change something. So, yeah, just please. Also, I hope people are patient with Caleb. I'm not out here trying to be like Caleb Williams sucks. He was a bust, whatever. Because he's not. It's his first NFL game. He's only played against... The big knock coming out of the draft was that he hasn't played against too many legit defenses in college. But this is I mean, he's got to break his teeth somehow. Like, he's not a plug in and play guy. He's a develop, hopefully becomes a superstar guy. He's more of a Mahomes type prospect than he is a CJ Stroud type prospect. And I'm not saying he's literally Mahomes. I meant as a prospect. He reminds me a lot of when Mahomes was coming out of Texas Tech. It was the same thing. Texas Tech didn't play too many tough defenses. People were worried his game was going to transfer to the NFL level, and it did, but it took some time. Mahomes said his whole rookie year, it probably would have looked a lot like this if Mahomes actually played. I'm not saying Caleb is Mahomes either, but Caleb could fizzle out. Yeah, this kind of game is, I mean, it's going to be nice towards the end of the season when we're hopefully pushing for a playoff spot to have this game in our back pocket because, like one game changes everything. Like if we win an extra game last year, we probably looking towards being in the playoffs. So, yeah, Bears win. Enjoy it. Don't get too caught up in how they did it. Just be happy that they did. Hope to God that we at least have a nice showing next week. Biggest thing for me is just I hope Caleb shows up. I can tell he's just still kind of getting used to it all. I mean, it reminded me of preseason. He had a pretty tough showing in preseason too. I mean, he made some cool plays, but a lot of it was improvised. And I was like, all right, well, there's going to be an adjustment period here. So yeah, Bears win. Yay.